welcome back to Mountain Blade 1866. I accidentally clicked, so it moved a bit forward before I had saved. And those are still the Outlaws and the Confederate Renegades. I'm not going to be fighting the Outlaws because Outlaws are different from looters in the sense that they actually all have guns. And those are scalp hunters. That's about the same. Canyon bandits. I move so much faster because I have 0.8. Well, they are 5.7 because there is more of me than there's more of them than there is of me. But also some of those outlaws will actually have horses, and in 1866 especially, in Mountain Blade it could be done, but in 1866 especially, you really cannot fight cavalry troops unless you have A, a force of your own, or B, your own horse. It just can't be done because they ride you down and distract you from shooting everybody else who's shooting you in the face. I'm going to fight these looters. I move faster than them. I'm going to fight them because I need money and I also need relation points. Fighting anything that is allied against the commoners will do, as long as it's fighting just them, because if they're, say, attacking something that belongs to the USA, like, there's chain gangs, for example, or their own settlers that travel back and forth between villages and towns, you'll get relation with the USA and not the commoners, and I don't need relation with the USA because I'm not going to be buddying up with them. So you, actually, I'm gonna wait till you get closer. Whoa! In the face. You too. Really? That like fly by your ear or something? That guy's just standing there, like, what do I do? You die, that's what. Mr. No Shirt. Like, he always has a hat, how he has a hat, but he doesn't have a shirt. Yeah, this is the desert, so... Ooh. Yeah, if only that didn't suck, because it has an extra round to it. Mexican jacket. Sure, why not? Marginally more armor. But right there, settlers that are traveling to the Jamison William Ranch. They have the same color as here. That is exactly what I was talking about. I fight them, give me negative relation to allow me to attack the Cottonwood Hotel. Because otherwise, if I go to the Cottonwood Hotel, take hostile action says nothing. I can actually recruit bandits without being on their faction. You can't recruit USA troops or Mexican troops unless you're part of their faction. And I didn't know this. This actually changes quite a lot. Gamblers. What kind of units are gamblers? I think gamblers might be mounted. So I'll hire them for $10. I did not know this. If I look at my party now, I have... Ooh. Not actually horses. However, there's horse thief and thief. Once they get enough experience, you can upgrade them. And then I believe those can also be upgraded. As you can see, 12 of 26. I can only hold 26 due to my leadership skill. But I did not know that. That actually helps me a lot. Granted, I'm still going to be doing the whole commoner thing because that is going to be my biggest source of soldiers until I actually take some of these hotels and various places that people have hold up. But I didn't know that because I've tried that a couple times. Like, nobody wants to join. I thought it's just that they legitimately didn't want to join. Well, I'll be darned. See, there's these, like the Burnside carbine and the Hall North carbine, which are nice, but they don't have multi-shot. Or the Enfield rifle. They lack multi-shot, and there is the hammer that I would like. It's 35 blunt damage. There's also a spear. But again, there are a select few rifles that are actually automatic. By that I mean they shoot more than once. But those cost like $100. So I'm not going to be getting that anytime soon. So now, since it's nighttime, I can't see. But now, really, what I need to do is travel around and fight bandits and other related things. I believe I need at least 20 or 25 to actually start recruiting commoners. Anything lower and they'll be like, well, I would, but you're not really a man of the people yet, so yeah. Traveling speed has been reduced to 6.9. That's a stagecoach. I can't recruit people from a stagecoach. There's really nobody around here, actually. I'd hope it's not because I have gamblers. That would really suck. Like, I found people that I can recruit, and suddenly everybody sees me and they're like, nope, walk away. Do I have spotting? Yes, I have a level in spotting, so I should be able... Ah, there's some scalp hunters. So I'm going to save as... the LP02 and fight the scalp hunters. I saved just in case they manage to shoot me down, which is entirely likely.
Now I kill you myself. Arriba!
You will die like dogs. You can actually use your persuasion skill to try and persuade them to not fight you, which is kind of interesting. Pick the wrong scalp, amigo. Charge the enemy. Order troops to attack without you. That's not generally good because it basically puts it in a random number generator and actually compares soldier strength directly without taking into the factor of, well, really the human factor, how much damage you can do to others. Or pull back, leaving some men to cover your retreat. Charge the enemy. However, I can do this. I can't actually give people orders. As you can see, they do have a couple horses. And most of my men do not have guns. Horses are the biggest problem, because they can ride circles around us. Tell them to charge so that way they'll go after the infantry. That guy's wielding a 2x4 against me. I did damage to the horse. Ow. The hell even hit me? That guy? These guys are actually fighting pretty well. That guy, for some reason, got off his horse to shoot. I did lose a gambler, but that is perfectly fine. One of my men were wounded, which means he'll have to sit back for a while. Ooh, a volcanic pistol. That has 10 shots, but it does much little damage and is less effective. However, there is also a Remington. Remington, new model army, is far better than what I have. Also, it's the same. I will put gloves on though. Wear a sombrero. I don't wear a cowboy hat. Also, your people will eat food, and it adds to party morale. If there is no food, they'll kind of start to get pissed. I can level you up. I'm gonna say thieves, because they're infantry. And me, in games like this, I'd rather infantry than cavalry, because cavalry ends up just turning into a giant mesh of doom and gloom, and just, you have no idea what the hell's going on or who to shoot. And you can do friendly fire in this game. Whereas, if it's infantry, you can tell them to stay put, because if it's really cavalry, part of their bonus is the fact that they're on horses in the first place, so... Whereas if they're infantry, they can actually hold stronger rifles and such. Ooh, a Colt revolving rifle is nice, but that's $71. Is not a viable option right now. And what I'm actually going to do is, well, I only have $8, so I'll hold on buying a railroad hammer for now. We'll, however, talk with the supplier to buy some extra stuff. I'll buy some cheese and some smoked buffalo meat. The reason why I'm skipping some of the meat, like the beef and the pork and the chicken, I'm not sure in this, but in the original game, those do actually rot. So after a couple days, it'll be rotten foods. And me, I've always just bought the things that do not rot. For some reason, apples and smoked meat don't rot. But I just like to buy one of everything to give my party a humongous morale and eventually buy 2 of everything when I need it, and then 3 of everything, and so on and so forth. And that's part of the reason why you kind of need such a large inventory space, because if I had an entire group of people, I'd get like double this space. Like this entire thing would just be dedicated to food space, and that by this thing is a little less than half of my inventory space. It's a little less than half of my looting space. Also, I wanted to go to the horse trader and buy a horse. 42 and 32, 44 and 40. Oh, you're sway backed, that's why. Just like weapons that are like rusty or bent or other things like that, these have modifiers on them. Not modifiers, they're skills. Like, for example, this is ragged. If it was regular, it would give me more armor. It's like this is ragged, where if it wasn't, it would actually give me some form of armor, and so on and so forth. Same thing with these. Now, the reason why the heavy feral horses are above this one is because that's a plus modifier to make them heavy, which increases their charge rating, which is basically if you run into someone with a horse, it will do some damage to them, and the higher the charge rating, the more, more damage it'll do. However, they don't have armor for crap, not that that matters much in this game, but, But that is why they cost more, even though they are clearly worse. It's because they have a plus modifier, while this one is just neutral. I'll buy the Sabino paint. I will not buy the Sabino paint. That thing costs $18. Even that one costs $11. Looks like I'm not buying a horse at the moment, actually. Ooh, I saw somebody over there. Oh, it's nighttime. Those are carriages. Those are kind of like the vanilla games version of trade caravans, where you could really piss someone off by fighting those, and only the large factions have them because you need a town for those things to travel back and forth from. However, you also lose honor from fighting them, just like you lose honor from fighting peasants. And honor rating actually affects how people see you. Like, they'll be less inclined to like you if you're a very dishonorable person. Granted, if you're a bandit, then that doesn't really matter. Yeah, as you can see, the Cottonwood Hotel has a whole bunch of people in it. That's really amounting to over 100. Which is one of the things I'm going to have to think about, is I'm probably going to have to try and bait some of these people out and fight them separately in order to weaken the overall defense of this. As you can see, James Duval in there is only in 25% health. Which means he was probably recently out and fought somewhere. I am going to save and then fight these scalp hunters.
Give me all your money. Muy rápido.
What if I said no? I'm going to let these guys charge forward because these guys are over a hill. Actually,
Right here.
hold. Because if the horses are right there, the enemy aren't too far. Like I said. Ow! Ow! Save me, you failures. God, I panicked there. I panicked there because I had a pistol and he was shanking me. So, yeah. This is why not playing it on realistic is a good thing. Picked the wrong scalp, amigo. As you can see, it's a completely different area. Or at least it's a different landscape. Not really sure how I would explain it. I was about to say, why are my people so scattered? Ow! Where am I even getting shot at from? Ow! I just got knocked down. I think it was from the horse. So this battle kind of hurt. I shot him from that range. Ow. One of my guys died. It's not too good. I could try and shoot the horse, but it's, you know, the horse. And actually, I believe if you kill a horse, there's a lesser chance of that horse ending up in the inventory. You can actually loot from them. Because you can actually loot a horse. Oh, I have to reload. Yay! Is there anybody else? Oh, people are cheering. We lost one person. We killed 10 of them. Rusty Colt Navy. Sturdy brown coat. I will gladly put that on, because it looks nicer and is a bit more armoring. Pistol ammunition. Tattered coat. Straw cowboy hat with bandana. Sure. And I will keep the lead pipe up above, because I found one of those instead of purchasing it, just in case. And some soldiers are ready to upgrade. Specifically thieves, because the one gambler, I was wondering why I didn't see him, wasn't actually leveled up yet. So burglars. Eventually thugs. You do actually, if you notice, have to pay weekly wages to them. So it's nice to keep some form of money. I will go sell all of this junk. $12. I'll go to the horse trader and buy that Sabino paint now. Thank you very much. Now I have a horse. Only traveling at... Oh yeah, it's nighttime. That's why I'm traveling at 4 speed. I did see those outlaws over there. However, I think they... No, they're not faster than me. They're running away from me, which is interesting. Well, there's 7 thieves. What I'm going to do... Go to my inventory and switch that out for the lead pipe. 6.7, 6.2. There are also vigilantes. You can hire vigilantes specifically, and they're actually pretty powerful. But yeah, because they count as the commoner faction. So I'm going to charge the enemy, and this time I am going to specifically charge them myself. I did not save before this. This was actually a bad idea. And here we go. Horse charge for 12 damage. Ow. I'm going to let those guys fight while I kind of distract these ones back here. Because what I want to do, ideally, is knock someone unconscious. There we go. Thief knocked unconscious because I hit him upside the head with a blunt weapon. And they killed the rest of them. Well, that's the bad thing about trying to use a lead pipe while on a horse. It doesn't have a whole lot of weapon range. But now I can capture it. It's 1 of 10. You can upgrade that to have more. Eventually. Black leather boots. Sure. Some soldiers are ready to upgrade. Also, I'm ready to upgrade. I kind of forgot about that. Going to focus on strength. And what else do I want? I want to get spotting up higher. And continue with two-handed. I want to be able to just knock people out like crazy. Let's see if I talk to these vigilantes.
Y'all seen any roughnecks that need a hanging?
I could say I'm the outlaw, which would make me fight them. Need some more men in my company. Are you interested? Well, we're mighty busy chasing down outlaws now. Plus, we just don't like you that much. So how about them outlaws? You seen them? As you can see, they don't like us that much, so we need to make them like us more, i.e. raise that relation. Tell you one thing, I was actually kind of worried about the start because of the fact that I wouldn't have very many people, but being able to hire those gamblers made it so much easier. Was that a regular box knife? I'm going to keep that in exchange for giving my rusty one because it does slightly more damage. $6. It's a rusty wooden railroad hammer. It's $4. That's $2. I'm going to buy this now that I know I have the money. And I'm going to sell the volcanic pistol. Merely because I didn't see a whole lot of very much point in it. Ooh, a lance. I'm half tempted to try and see how a lance fares in 1866, because lances were actually one of the more powerful weapons you could get in the original Mount and Blade, next to certain single-handed weapons, because I like to use shield in that, but, you know. So if I go to camp, take an action, recruit some prisoners into your party. No one accepts the offer. Well, they're a bunch of failures. Hello, that's the Miles party fighting some vigilantes. Now they're not. I could fight him. I'm actually going to save and specifically see if I can fight him, because that's the Miles Banda. If I go to quests, go to factions, the Miles Banda, I could actually kill the Miles Banda by killing this guy. I'm DirtyOldHobo, Army Commander of the Miles Banda. This part is just kind of a leftover from the original Mount and Blade, where they'd say, perhaps you're not of gentle birth, or normally I cut the throat of commoners, or, yeah, you seem like an okay guy, or something like that, which generally kind of sets their personality to how they would actually interact with other people, because there was actually politics in that. I believe there's still politics in this too, but I've never actually gone deep enough into a faction to find it out. I could actually go with him, if I so desired, but I don't. Here to deliver my demands. I offer you one chance to surrender or die. What do you want with me? None of your business. Prepare to fight. So be it. Charge the enemy. And by that I mean hold position. A couple of the guys didn't get the memo. Okay, there we go. The AI was being a bit silly. So I'm not really sure if I want to ride forward. I don't know how many bandits he has. I'm going to fix myself in my chair. I'm not really sure how many people on horses he has, which is relative to how dangerous it would be to go over there. I do remember it was like 12 people because a couple were actually knocked out of commission. This is the bad part, where they don't move at all. I'm going to have my guys sit there, but I'm going to run forward. See if I can annoy them. They're actually moving now. I shot him in the face. Okay, getting stuck in there was not a good idea. He actually had vagabonds. Well, they just killed one of my kind. And also, as I mentioned at some point before, 18 damage out of my 41 health. That is why guns are dangerous, kids. I just knocked him unconscious. I also knocked him unconscious, too. There's a rifleman. That was actually an infantry recruit. How did he get his hands on an infantry recruit? I have no idea. But my people have more or less just beaten them up completely. And he's gone. This is the last of them, right? Yep. You are my prisoner now. Can actually let him go and that gets you honor. But you can also capture them. Because why not? Since I have the lead pipe there, I may as well just move this stuff back. And as you can see, killing that many people gave us a fair bit of loot. You can see why I got inventory management. A rifleman's knife is actually pretty good, but its speed rating is not so good. Also a machete. A Mortimer revolver. Not nearly as good. It shows whatever that's supposed to be. Still not nearly as good. So let's go to part A. I got a thug and a gunslinger. Also, I can level myself up. Once again, strength. And I could get wound treatment, surgery, and first aid, but I kind of want to find somebody to do that to myself. So I'll get another point in spotting. And more and two-handed. Now, there is them there vigilantes over there. Or vigilantes. Looters who are getting chased by said vigilantes. I can catch them before the vigilantes can catch them. I don't think the vigilantes will actually join in the fight, which is nice, because otherwise then you kind of have to split loot. Which I'd rather not do that. And I'll just have my people charge, because they're so little that it doesn't really matter. Well, they just got knocked down. Where's the rest of them? Maybe that's it. Thought there was more than 3, but 2 of them got knocked out. So I will gladly capture them. I will go to Cottonwood. As you can see, relation has been increased to 9, so we're about halfway there. I will go to Cottonwood and sell this junk, and then I think I will call it there. So I have the 1 leader. Who is that? It's the Hall lawmen. Factions, Hall. Occupies no one, as leading members are no one. So I could actually kill him and capture that faction if I so desired. I'm not sure if I can because he has 32 people, but, you know. Let's just get rid of all of this junk. Various junk. Oh, apparently the shop is full. So I'll go to the outfitter instead and sell the rest of this junk there. As for the weapons seller, really just again standard weapons. It's actually the same list of weapons. Keeping the box knife just in case. However, I also have the lead pipe. I'll sell the lead pipe once I can get the wooden railroad hammer equipped. But I have the lead pipe just in case. Now, as for people, I like to go to the saloon. Is there anybody in here? Thunderseeker. It's a Native American with a bow and arrow. Bow and arrows are actually kind of overpowered in the early game in this because you can shoot repeatedly with a bow and arrow. The enemy cannot. They only have so many bullets. And if you have enough skills in archery, you can effectively one-shot people in the head. And when I was fiddling around with this, I was a great shot with that. If I ever do Warband, I'm going to use a bow and arrow, because apparently I'm a great shot at that. Ew, the Cottonwood Undertaker. As this is a mod, I'm just going to explain this right now. As this is a mod, it sadly abandoned and slightly incomplete because he actually designed quests that you could do, which starts with the Undertaker, which is effectively, if you see that thing that looks like a coffin over there, I'll quickly run over there just to explain it. Basically, some guy's kid kind of tried to leave the saloon without paying for his whiskey, and now he's being used as an example as to why you shouldn't commit crime. And the father is like, well, besides that, he was a pretty good kid and he deserves a proper burial, and I ain't paying for that coffin you're putting him in to just put him on display until he has a proper burial with it. And the Undertaker's like, well, I'm not moving him until I don't get the money. And eventually it brings up to the sheriff, where he's like, well, there's a wanted sign on up front over there. You could get that guy to replace him, and I'd be more than happy to. Or you could always take care of Remington Robert, the leader of the Cottonwood Gang, but nah, you couldn't do that. And it goes into this entire thing where you talk to the deputy, and you go over to the Jameson Ranch to find out that they don't like the Cottonwood Gang either. And then it's like, well, I'll round up some of my boys to help you fight him if you go fight him. And I'll be like, sure. And then the game's like, yeah, this will come in a future version of this game. And then there is no later version of this game. So that's there. It's really all there is to it. As you can see, this town is actually pretty empty when it's nighttime. What I'm going to do is call it here, and when we come back, actually I want to quickly go to the Cottonwood Hotel. Light Dragoon. Oh, there's deserters. I persuaded them away from fighting me because I have persuasion level 3. I did not realize that. Well, we didn't intend to be so impolite. Move on through, but don't linger. I'll have no choice but to kill you. I didn't realize there was 15 deserters over here. Holy crap. Cottonwood Gang. Recruit volunteers. I will gladly recruit 7 more. Ooh, that's wonderful. I think, I got it. When I last tried to recruit, my father was not a notorious bandit. That might be it. That might not be it. I have really no idea. But I'm going with that's the reason. But next time, I will save again. Next time, we'll see what we can do about Hall. Just to get him out of the way, because it's just kind of like a dude running around that can't really do anything. And it'll be nice to possibly capture a few people and just generally get more experience and money. But that's for next time, as I've said like 5 times now. Till then, see you later.